What's up, guys? Brian back to talk about The Walking Dead Season 7 discussion that we really hope the writers know what the hell they're doing for the show, and Negan victims will cause major issues for the Season 7 and beyond. Spoilers ahead if you don't want to know. So it's really a general topic about the Negan victims and how it changes the Season 7 landscape and really the show and beyond on there too. So just to air some grievances, spoilers ahead, because we're going to talk about really who we think and pretty much predict the victims are. But hopefully, Gimbal, Kirkman, you know what the fuck you're doing for Season 7 and beyond. The day will come when you won't be. That's the name of the episode. Season 7 premiere. And it's in a week, so we can't wait for it. And we are buying into the fact that the victims are Abraham and Glenn for various reasons, for various other videos. Check out those videos on there too. We're not going to talk about why we think they are, but we're going with Glenn and Abraham are the victims, and that's the ripple effect that goes forward on there too. So it's going to be a dream sequence, this and whatever, and then they kill the victims on there too. But basically, the victims are going to have a ripple effect going on in the Season 7. Yeah, it's going to suck on 10/23 when they both die, but the lasting effects of that is what more I want to talk about too. And, you know, Abraham, to me, is a bigger loss, especially with March to Work coming forward. You know, he's hilarious. You know, I like Abraham. I think he's the funniest character on the show. He didn't get the death of his comic book death, you know, by Dwight. You know, Denise got the arrow. So we thought, man, Abraham's going to make it. He's going to make it to March to War, all-out war. He's going to be in there too. Denise got the arrow, you know, so Abraham was safe. Abraham was going into the lineup. And it's going to be great. We're going to have his military experience, something we didn't get from the comic. They're going to mix it up with the show in the comic, finally have a new edition like that, just like the little things that they do. It's going to be great. He's going to join everything. He's going to be in this picture with, you know, the guys going forward to go against Negan and the boys and the Saviors. But, you know, it's going to suck because he's not going to be there. Either way, we're not going to get this. We're not going to get him and Sasha picking people off. Not going to have those things because he's going to be one of the victims, what the spoilers have been saying since the summer. This is his freaking brains, and it sucks because we want him to be in that too, and I think it would be a great change of the show versus the comic. He's, like I said, he's the funniest character on the show. He's got the best one-liners. He brings comic relief to it, and other characters do that too. So I guess we have to be relying on Eugene for the comic relief. He's hilarious. Josh McDermott is great, but, you know, can he really carry the load? I think their dynamic between the two characters was great, but unfortunately he's going to be one of the two Lucille victims, you know, and people are like, where are the spoilers? Where's this? Where's that? It's coming from the leaked information. There's nothing there that's going to be, we don't have video that shows them or pictures that show that too, you know, for who the victims are. It goes from based on the spoilers and what they have, and these two are the victims, which sucks. So both of their deaths carry over to these two women right here, Sasha and Maggie. They both already had suffered some loss on the show with different people of Bob and Tyrese, and the whole Green family is gone now, and Glenn was part of her family. So now Maggie's going to lose everyone in her family. Hopefully she doesn't lose the baby. I really hope she does keep the baby part of the show. She lost Beth a couple of seasons ago, and it sucks for that. But I was already thinking that she was going to lose Glenn. I was ready for that based on the comic storyline they were going to bring to the show, possibly as well. Sasha lost Tyrese, Tyrese wasn't built for this world on there too. After losing his love interest and everything and whatever, he didn't make it, and he was kind of on the way out for there too. But Sasha lost her brother, and is going to lose Abraham now too. So losing Abraham, I think, is a bigger loss between the two. You know, Glenn brings a lot to the show, but going forward, it's going to be war. And wouldn't you want a military guy for war? Yes, look, he's in his dress blues. So him and Sasha and Daryl, you know, were huge parts of Season 6 and really the show in general, but we're not going to get this, and it sucks because I think Sasha could really benefit from having Abraham around, but they just build that relationship up to kill it and knock it down. So Sasha's going to be changed too. Sasha is going to be hardened like she was before, where she was trying to, you know, do all that. I think she might do this if they replicate this at all. If someone's going to do this scene, it's going to be Sasha punching Rick. Maggie's going to be too weak for it. But I think if they do that, Sasha would be the one that does that. Maggie, like I said, losing Glenn, but, you know, the storyline going forward is kind of built for that, to show that. If you know the comics there too, she becomes leader of the Hilltop, takes over for Gregory, who basically is an asshole, you know, traitor or whatever, but has the baby. I hope she has the baby. What do you think? What do you hope, guys? So hopefully they stick to the storyline and have Maggie take over the hilltop and whatever. I think they will, because they've been grooming that there too. The little things where she's with Deanna and she's this, and she's already set up to talk to Gregory, and Rick said you got to be doing these things now. So Maggie eventually would take over the hilltop. I don't know, probably season 8 or so, but she's going to be at the hilltop more, and Sasha will be there with her right-hand person, with Jesus, of course, being the staple as well going forward. So hopefully they get to the hilltop on the premiere. I don't know when they get there. They got to deal with Gregory. He's filming in a couple different episodes. If you want to see that with the filming things, we have a video of that. Check out our channel for that. But Glenn's loss is going to affect a lot of people as well. I mean, I think it affects the group. Abraham's loss more, but Glenn's loss is going to be terrible for the group as well, especially for Tara. Tara is going to be a bigger part of season 7, if you know any of what the spoilers are saying. But this is the last time Tara saw, Glenn. Because Glenn's not going to be around anymore. Tara, we know, is going to be a part of season 7, get back to the group and whatever, based on the spoilers. But she's going to come back and know that Glenn is gone, and now Denise is gone because of these freaking saviors. She's going to be pissed. So Tara is a character that I think is going to step up and have more part in season 7 going forward. And I think Atlanta Masterson, Tara, can do it. It's just going to be tough knowing that she lost Glenn and Denise when she was on this run. So it's going to be tough for that. So going forward to the kingdom, Carol and Ezekiel, hopefully they bring something to the table. Carol's struggling right now, too. She's on suicide watch. We got to make sure she sticks around for a while. Ezekiel hopefully brings a lot to the table, and hopefully in a form of comic relief. Because Abraham's gone, Eugene has to be the funny guy on there. Yeah, after that, hopefully Ezekiel and the kingdom bring something to the table, some interaction, that's hilarity on there too, because it's a deeper, darker season. But we need some comedy in this too. We need some comic relief. It can't be all deep and dark and be like, man, this freaking sucks. This is depressing to watch this show. All the saviors do is come in and wreck the crap that we've been watching for so long. Hopefully Morgan and Carol can have a connection there too going forward, and they iron out their differences. And I love Shiva, and I can't wait to see Shiva on there too. But, the way I've seen it and what I've heard, we're not going to see Shiva that much going in season 7 as of right now. So hopefully that changes. Now, I really hope a lot comes from Jesus in season 7 and beyond. Tom Payne, good actor, cool guy. I'm hoping that it comes along with the saviors on there too, where Jesus starts kicking ass. And based on the trailer and what the reports are saying from the spoilers, Jesus is going to be a bigger part in season 7. I really hope so, because I like the character from the comics, and he would be a good addition to be a main character on the show. The saviors come to the hilltop. We'll see the interaction between Jesus and the saviors, and we'll see how it goes down, But it seems like these saviors don't mess around, and everything is his, or will be. It's the only way, so we'll see. And hopefully Negan is a good character. We're going to hate the guy. You can't like the guy right off the bat. See what I'm saying? But if we don't, hopefully he does turn around and has good one-liners or whatever, and has some funniness to him, because you can't just have the guy like the governor, which is monotone, crappy, nothing really brought anything to the table. I'm hoping Stephen Ogg Simon does bring some comic relief to it as well, and I like Stephen Ogg from Grand Theft Auto, so we'll see. But these two, really, Abraham is going to be comic relief of the show, is going to be missed. I'm going to miss the guy. Michael Cutlass is probably going to be hitting up the conventions for the rest of his life, because he makes a lot of money doing that. But these two guys, they're going to be a big part of the show. They were a big part of the show, and they're going to be missed. So there you go, guys. Like, share, subscribe to the channel to get more videos, and as always, thank you for watching.